my channel. It is Pluto of Pluto's Muse. We are outside. It is Earth Day. It is Earth Day birthday. That's what my nephew's calling it. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody feels good. I hope everybody went outside. I don't know about where y'all at, but the weather is crazy. The grass around me right now is so green, and and that makes my heart feel good because green is the color of the heart chakra, and the birds are chirping, and it was one of those days too where it's like you go outside and there's like no insects, which is like crazy. It's my favorite kind of day, and I hope everybody is having a great day. I am going to do a collective reading for Earth Day. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let's see, I'm going to adjust my camera a little bit. We're going to use some book divination in this reading to start the read. Before we even get into the reading, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your notification bells. Check out the description box for channel songs and booking information. Book a personal reading with me if you need further guidance. And yes, let's get into the book. So, we got a year of positive thinking. A message for Earth Day, for my soul family. Earth Day message. All right. So we have August 18th, August 19th, August 20th, and August 21st. All right. You guys can actually read it with me for how this is set up. So August 18th says, a mantra for self-worth. It says, I am powerful, I am divine, I am extraordinary, and I am worthy of all the good stuff this world has to offer. All right, so a lot of you guys, I don't know if you are feeling this way today, but I hope you do feel confident about yourself, feel worthy. Even I am divine, like, period. Like, the universe is trying to let you know, especially when you go outside. I don't know about y'all, but when I go outside, I feel like a goddess every time. Don't matter what I'm wearing. Don't matter what I'm doing. I feel beautiful. I just feel majestic. Maybe it's the Taurus in me. Maybe it's the Taurus in me. I don't know. But I feel like, as a spirit having a human experience, something about being outside makes me feel way more magical than, being cooped up. You also have August 19th. It says shame. Shame is the lie someone told you about yourself. All right. So some of you could be feeling shameful today. I don't know what you would be feeling shameful about. Maybe there's a part of you that, again, has been shamed into thinking you aren't divine, that you aren't worthy, that you aren't magical, that you aren't an earth goddess, God, of course, we all, appreciate God, but, the energy that you embody, if we are made in God's image, then you are godly, right? So I feel like a lot of you guys, some of you guys have been shamed into feeling like that isn't true, like you haven't been as divine as you are. And I do feel like today is a day where, again, if you have the opportunity to go outside, to relax, to connect with nature, to connect with your ancestors, you'll probably feel way more confident about yourself or about the beauty of natural things. You also have August 20th. It says, your dreams are ready. Every hard-earned lesson that you've ever experienced brought you to this exact place. You are meant to be here. You have everything that you need now, and will need in the future. The only thing missing from your dreams is you. Now is the time to leap and then soar into the life you've always hoped for. So some of you guys, today is Earth Day, but tomorrow is a full moon in Scorpio. We're in a completely new season. The energy is different. The energy is just different. The energy is changing. And I feel like a lot of people are prepared for something. People are prepared to live the lives that they've been dreaming of. That bird is going crazy. That bird is going crazy. Yeah, the bird's like, hell yeah, for real. I feel like a lot of people are ready to make their dreams a reality, right? And because we're in this space, the book and the mantra is clearly trying to let you know that, the only thing missing from you achieving these goals and these dreams is you actually putting yourself in the position to do so. Some of you may feel like you have been. Some of you may feel like you have been trying whatever it is. But even with these energies like leading up to this message, I feel like some of you have been trying, but you still don't feel worthy, is what I'm getting. You could be putting your energy into things, people, whatever it is, assuming that you're, putting your best foot forward. But if you don't feel prepared or worthy of what it is that you want, it's going to be very hard for you to receive it when it comes or when it manifests. For some of you, you've already experienced opportunities that were aligned with your dreams, but maybe you weren't ready then. Maybe you rejected them because you didn't feel worthy, or maybe you took advantage because you didn't understand that it was that opportunity. So, and we all have done that. So I definitely get the vibe here where your guides are saying, like, if you are ready, there's a need for self-confidence, right? It says August 21st, this is self-confidence. You'll be okay even if they don't like you. You like you. And that is the greatest gift that you'll ever bestow upon yourself. Yeah, so regardless of whether people like you, I don't know, I personally feel like when it comes down to people's perceptions of other people and how it is that others interpret other people, it is one of those things where it's like you really have no control. So you shouldn't live your life trying to prove to people that you are likable. If people like you, they like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Whether it's a crush, a friend, a family member. Some people will love you just as you are, and other people will have critiques. And the people that have critiques are the people that have opinions. They have critiques. It's completely fine to have some sort of critique. But for the people who genuinely just love you for who you are, those are the people most likely that you'll want to be around, because you probably mirror that energy back to them. And it's not to say that having an opinion of somebody is wrong, but again, for the people that don't like you, you're not meant to live a life trying to prove to people that you are worthy, right? Or that you are likable. So if somebody tells you or makes it known that they like you, those are the type of people you want to be around, because those are the type of people that you probably didn't even have to try to be liked by. The people you have to put a show on for to get them to like you are the people that it will become very draining to be around. Because as soon as you want to be yourself again, those people are going to not like you, So this message may be relevant to the reading. I just felt a weird feeling on my shoulder too. I feel like a tap just happened. So for some of y'all, that might be like an ancestor. I don't know if it's mine. I don't know if it's y'all. I don't know if it's y'all's. Some of y'all might have an ancestor. Some of your ancestors may have recently heard you complain or feel bad about somebody not liking you. And they want me to tell you, like, yeah, like, tell them that they are likable. A majority of the people that follow me are really likable people. I haven't came into contact with many people that I didn't like. Oh, look, this card came out. Wow, look. Tarot guidance. Yes, ever since I've joined the tarot community, I don't even consider this like me being in a community. I feel like I'm a part of a group of healers, but I don't consider this me being in a tarot community. I guess I am though. I don't know what to do. But ever since I've gotten into tarot and things like that, I've came into contact with some really, really amazing people. Of course, I've also came into contact with people who may not be into tarot for the right reasons, or, who are looking for, to get their ego stroked, or, are in a space where they're judging me for reading. They feel like I'm manipulating people through this, stuff like that. Or even down to people who I've read for who, didn't understand my boundaries or anything. I've came into contact with a lot of different people, but majority of everyone that I've came into contact with have been very kind, very sweet people. People that I resonate with for sure. And honestly, I feel like a lot of times we don't see the good in other people. Like, we don't aim for that. A lot of times people are looking for things to critique, especially if you're a jealous type of person. All right. Like, and again, I don't try to like, I don't say this in a way where it's like, yeah, because that's not me, to be in that type of energy. But I genuinely, like, growing up, and I always tell people, like, I was so grateful to have parents that didn't like pit the kids against each other, because if I was around like a mom, and some of you guys have probably had experiences like this, because I've been around, like, I've had friends throughout my life who have had parents who would like compare the kids, or, you know, pit kids against each other and stuff like that. And you know, the root of a lot of our wounding comes from childhood. So growing up, my like mom and dad and stuff like that, they never did anything to make me or any of my siblings feel you know, less valuable. I mean, don't get me wrong. We definitely had our fair share of toxicity, but it was never like a, you're better than so and so, or, you know, you're smarter than so and so. And I feel like because I never had that type of vibe, when I come into contact with people, you know, I interact with people with like how I interact with my siblings, and me and my siblings love each other. It's always all love. So for the energy around you guys, like, hopefully you've had those experiences. If you haven't, then this may be relevant. This may come up in the reading somehow. This seems relevant already. All right. So messages for you all. You have feathers. The overall energy of this reading is feathers, message. 1111 on the timestamp. All right, so let's read the message in the book about feathers. The sun feels so good. The sun feels so good. It says feathers. This is on page 54 and 55. Some of you guys could be born in 1954, 1955. You could be 54, 55. It says feathers, message. When you ask for guidance, spirit responds without fail. The universe has been sending you messages in reply to your questions, but you have blocked your ability to notice them. You may have been hoping for guidance for so long that you are focused on the asking rather than on the receiving a reply. Ask yourself this: are you really wanting an answer? If yes, then start to become aware of the replies that come to you from spirit. Keep vigilant, for the answers come in many different forms, as an overheard conversation, relevant to your question, as a song playing on the radio, in words spoken by a friend, or in other ways, including the sight of a beautiful feather falling in your path. The incantation of this card says, upon the wind, whispers ride, messages on feathers fall far and wide. Signals come in form and sound. I see answers all around. The other divinatory meanings of this card says, your prayers are being answered. The answers are all around you. A past loved one, spirit guide, even an angel, whichever form you are drawn to most, has a message for you, for your highest good. Watch carefully for nature's delivery of messages from the spirit world. So while I'm reading this, if I see a feather, if I see a random bird, if I see something come up, you know, I love a ladybug. If I see a bee, anything like that, I'm definitely going to tell you guys, because like I felt that tap, some of you guys, there's a spirit guide that's trying to get a message to you. Let me put this camera down some more, actually. Some of you guys, there's a spirit guide that's trying to get a message to you. All right. And they may get it to you through this reading. Let's see. I'm going to get an ancestor oracle. I have all my decks. I brought my decks outside in this ramen bag. Did somebody have ramen recently? The ramen that I had was so good too. This is an old bag though. I haven't had it in a long time, but are some of you eating ramen? All right. Let's see. Or are you craving ramen? Messages for collective in this reading. Ooh. We have drum, dream, and journey. All right, pay attention to your dreams tonight, ladies and gents. I'm getting that there's some sort of message coming through. Bottom of the deck, look. Ooh. You have autumn, release the old, and rest. So some of you guys may have a significant dream tonight about something that you need to let go of. Some of you may also need to just pay attention to what it is that you're, wanting to manifest at this time, because there's some things that you may have to release in order for you to call those things into fruition. I love bird chirping. I'm hearing the song If I Was a Bird by Floetry. At least I think it's by Floetry. Some of you guys write poetry. All right. Or some of you guys are writers in general, singers, songwriters, poets, authors. Messages for the collective in this reading. For Earth Day, we have nothing is yet set in stone. I could be talking to a mutable sign, or somebody has a mutable moon, all right? Or you're dealing with a mutable sign that is Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini. Bottom of the deck, be bold and make the first move. Ooh, nothing is yet set in stone. Be bold and make the first move. Some of you guys have been getting signs. Again, I don't know whether it's in a dream or just in your real life, like about the dreams that you have, the aspirations that you have. Some of you guys are getting signs that you need to pursue something or do something, start something, say something. There's something that you're being pulled to do. And I feel like this message will be confirmation that you should do it. Messages for the collective in this reading. Look at that color scheme. Blue and brown. Somebody might like blue and brown. We have playful, 44. All right, somebody could be 44. Somebody could also be born in August. Could be a Leo or a Virgo. This energy here is really giving me like something about your inner child is significant. Some of you guys could be pregnant, or some of you could be pregnant. Somebody in here pregnant, because that just threw me off. I had to stop for a second. Somebody in here is pregnant that's watching. Some of y'all might not even know you're pregnant, but you need to go take that test, girl. All right. Somebody in here might really be pregnant, or somebody in here wants to have a kid, or somebody's inner child is significant. Like your inner child is sending you messages. Also, I just looked at my leg, and my leg is so ashy. Somebody needs to lotion. All right. Is that relevant to anybody? I don't know. Invisible. The number 16 is coming up. Somebody have a back tattoo or a tattoo on your side. All right, you could be born on the 16th. Somebody could have a 16-year-old. But I'm also getting 2-7, so Cancer and Leo. Yeah, heavy on the Leo in this reading. I could be talking to a Leo. Some of you have not been tending to your inner child. With this invisible energy, I'm really getting the vibe here that either you're someone that's hiding away, like you haven't been showing your gifts to the world, or just showing up in general. You're not, you could be in hermit mode right now. You may not be putting a lot of energy into other people or into your craft, or some of you are very literally, like, again, not feeling seen, not feeling appreciated, or not taking care of your inner child, the dreams that you have. Maybe you're not sharing these things because you felt invisible. Some of you may have had gifts in your youth that you didn't feel were supported by your family. I was about to say by your guides. So I don't know whether some of you guys have guides that have already passed on, or people who have already passed on, my goodness, that did not support what you were trying to do. But I'm getting that energy. Yeah, honesty. Look, another 8. Ooh, this is a 7. I was about to say 888. The money looking great. The money is looking great. I feel like money will look great, but some of you guys are going to have to be honest about something. Maybe honest about why you're not being seen and supported. Because, sometimes we'll tell ourselves, like, nobody's going to like my gifts. Nobody ever supported my gifts. But sometimes it's because we haven't shared them yet, or because we're not, we're not paying attention to the people who are. That's why I'm saying, like, in the book, how it said, like, you can't control who likes you. Some of you guys, because of because of the things that you've been through in your childhood, the amount of, or the lack thereof, of attention that may have been paid to your gifts and your talents, you could have became the type of person that you pay way more attention to when people aren't supporting you rather than when they are. All right. That may be something like you could be checking the follower counts. You could be looking at the likes, looking at the views. You're really, focused on who is paying attention. Are they complimenting you? Are people validating you and things? I brought that up in the weekly read for this week, because this Scorpio full moon is really meant to help us. Scorpio energy can be intense, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable. And, me having a Scorpio stellium, it has definitely been an interesting experience. I feel like a lot of times, I brought up in the air sign reading for the month the weekend read, that certain signs can act as karma for a lot of people, and you have to remind yourself karma is just a lesson, right? So it's not always that it's a negative thing or a positive thing, but most times it is a learning experience. And that doesn't mean that every person that has that karmic energy is someone that is never going to be in love or never going to find somebody to be with or whatever it is. But a lot of times, if you have placements, and the placements that are very karmic to me are like Scorpio, Libra, Sagittarius, and Capricorn. Saturn co-rules Aquarius as well, so Aquarius can be treated that way, but really Saturn, like Capricorn energy. These are placements and signs that act as catalyst for a lot of people. So if you're dealing with someone that's Saturn dominant, you're probably going to learn about discipline and time and things like that, and hard work. And if you're dealing with someone that has Sagittarius placements, it has a lot to do with optimism and patience and being willing to learn, philosophy, gaining a higher education. If this is somebody that you probably will learn greater knowledge from, gain some sort of connection to the divine through. When you're dealing with someone with Libra placements, you learn about balance, you learn about fairness. That's really heavy on the karma, justice and things like that. Learning how to be fair and how to be diplomatic and how to work with others and be compassionate to others, how to treat other people. A lot of times you learn this through Libras. Again, whether it's a positive experience or a negative experience. And Scorpio in particular, just from my own personal experiences, has always been a catalyst for change, transformation, uncomfortable transformation sometimes, things related to sexuality, things related to even it's funny too, because a lot of times, when you have these placements, people would think too, like, oh my God, you must just be knowing, you've been going through everything, you've gone through all these things. If anything, I've definitely came into contact with a lot of people that have gone through very taboo things. And I've just been the person that has been strong enough to process it with them. Right? This is the role that I've played. It's not always about me. And in fact, there's been a lot of things that I've gone through, but I wouldn't say it's so much trauma that I'm like, it's like, oh my God, like you see how I operate. I've been through a lot of things, but it's never been something so much so that I've gotten to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe that this has happened. I can't, live another day with these experiences, because to me, even with the amount of deaths that I experience, like that's another thing, like having Scorpio placements, you're gonna have some people pass, right? And because I've had these experiences, I feel like it's just helped me, it's a matter of perspective. It's helped me appreciate life way more, and try to operate differently in my own life so that I can get the fullest extent out of my time here, because, nobody's time is promised. And a lot of times, especially with our guides and stuff, like as soon as I had the opportunity to connect with a guide, I mean, it's like I haven't disconnected. I have not disconnected. Me and my spirit team and me and the angels, we tied in. Like, everything is intertwined. And because of this, a lot of times, again, people come into contact with Scorpio placements and it becomes a very spiritual experience. It becomes a very vulnerable experience. It's something very intimate about interacting with people who have Scorpio placements. A lot of times I feel like Scorpio placements also not to go in, but it's Pluto, baby. I'm about to say, but not to go in on Scorpio placements. But even with Scorpio too, I feel like it's one of those things where Scorpios are also the type of signs that, you tell them some stuff, people ain't judging. You most times the Scorpio is like, hey, listen, we all going through it. Scorpio will take something that probably is very extreme to other people, and it's like, listen, you're human, right? Or we're healing. We've been through things. It's very hard to judge when you realize that a lot of times we go through these things for learning experience, to gain some level of knowledge and wisdom from it all. And I feel like, again, there's something here about someone being the type of person where it's like somebody in here has had a hard life. All right. And maybe this is coming up because of the whole full moon and Scorpio thing, because this cycle may need to end for you all, whoever I'm talking to. Somebody has to get out of the energy of dwelling so much on the negative that they've been through so that they can process it and move forward and be optimistic about the future, so that you can see these things from a higher perspective. So you don't have to run from it. Like having these type of conversations, having really deep and exposing yourself type of conversations. I try not to put everything that I read up here because sometimes the stuff get crazy in these readings, y'all. Like, I mean, even with the fire sign reading that I did for the month, some of the stuff that came up was really a lot. And sometimes y'all probably think I say wild stuff anyway, but it's only the surface. It's only the surface of what it is that I see. And again, it's none of my place to judge anybody. But when you do see some of these things, again, it really kind of puts you in the perspective of like, well, are people working through it? So this is something that you need to think about. Like, I think your guides are saying, like, are you working through these things? Are you working through it enough that you can expand, right? That you can meet other people and connect with them? Some of you guys are not putting yourself out there enough. All right. Some of you guys haven't even met half the people you're supposed to meet. You think people don't like you? You haven't met the people that do. Messages for the collective in this reading. That's really what I'm getting. I don't want this reading to be too long, but this is your Earth Day message. We have powerful. May you be as potent as the ocean. That's Scorpio. Yeah. Persist. Who in here got a P in their name? Persist. May your ripples build the swell. Yeah. Do you guys allow your power to be felt? Are you watering yourself down for other people, or are you being yourself? This is something that you need to think about. Magic. May you flow with the divine. Yes. Are you letting people know how magical you are? Look at that full moon too. Ooh, I can't wait to see the moon. It's an event every time, y'all. For real. It's really about the simple things. I feel like that bird back there is like, yep. Heard. May your brave call be carried on the wind. Let's get one more. And believe. Wow. May the sea deepen your faith. Yes. Some of you guys, this energy that we're going to be under is going to be very intense. Okay. This Earth Day full moon energy is very intense energy. So because we're under this intense energy, I feel like your guides are saying, listen, if you need our assistance, we're here to help. We hear you. They hear you. You don't think they hear you. They hear you. Right. And they want you to know that they want you to enjoy your life. They want you to keep dreaming big. They want you to keep persevering. Your dreams are not over. The things that you want are not over. The things that you've been asking for are still there. They're still possible. Your inner child is still there. Even if you haven't been visiting your inner child, like your inner child wants to talk to you. They want you to enjoy your life, But I feel like a lot of you can start to lose faith or feel discouraged ultimately when it comes to diving deeper into your healing. Because a lot of times, the deeper you go, the more you have to look at what you've been through. And again, if you're somebody that dwells on the past but doesn't talk about it, that can build resentment, you know? So maybe there's some people that you resent. Maybe there's some things that you haven't fully processed. Maybe there's some things about yourself that you aren't fully accepting of. And this is something that you have to work through. Bottom of the deck, you have belonging. It says, may you welcome yourself home. Yeah, this is a homecoming. For whoever I'm talking to, after this full moon, I feel like you're about to be so you. Like, it's no joke. You're about to be so yourself that people from your past, the people that you may have worn the mask with, the people that you may have hidden yourself from, they won't recognize you. And for those of you that have always been authentic, that have always shown yourself, that have always been who you needed to be, you'll probably be loved even more. Now that we're in this age of Aquarius and we have that Uranus conjunct, is it Jupiter? It's like, be yourself. This is the time to be yourself. Let's get some tarot cards, just a couple tarot cards. Let me see. I'll pull it down some. Let's get a couple cards for Earth Day. What do they need to hear for Earth Day spirit, angel, ancestor, guides? We got the Page of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I could be talking to you. Some of you are very creative. If you've been wanting to travel or make a move, it's time to move. Some of you need to dance today, or like you need to get into that creative zone. Again, it's like playful. Page of Wands, playful. Dancing, being outside, laughing, going for ramen, watching a fun movie, going to the beach. Page of Wands is like doing all the fun things. But I'm really getting creative. Somebody needs to get creative. All right. Some of you guys are definitely dancers. Look at this. Two of Cups. Getting creative and staying optimistic. What some of you guys don't see is the more you are yourself and the more aligned you are with your authenticity, the more likely you're going to meet the person you're supposed to meet. All right, or align with the person you want to align with. Some of you guys already have somebody that you want to be with, or you have people in mind that you like. And the reason why these situations haven't worked out is because either you or they have not been as authentic as they need to be. All right, because if you were authentic, you'd find out whether it was supposed to work or not. And I feel like some people are so focused on being liked that they don't even have the opportunity to really be liked. You know, they don't even get the opportunity to really be seen. So this is something to keep in mind. Like, again, when you start looking at yourself and digging deep into your psyche and, you know, praying to God, trying to figure out where you're headed next and, you know, trying to navigate how you're moving forward, I feel like the universe is like, keep in mind that there's people out there just like you, right? There's people out there who feel the exact same way. There's people that you'll align with who want the same things. All right, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer heavy. Some of you guys definitely are integrating your shadow and your light side right now. All right. Some of you are no longer shameful about your shadow, maybe even. All right, whatever that is for you, what your shadow comes up as. The Strength card and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, come on, full moon, Scorpio. Some of you guys are finding strength in your emotions as well, regardless of whether you're a feminine or a masculine. A lot of you are starting to feel more confident about your emotions, about your emotional strength, about your depth, right? You're not as nervous anymore. You don't feel as bad. Yeah. Look at the, ooh. You don't feel as bad anymore. Wow. Some of you guys are processing the things that you've been through so well that you have grieved the situations that no longer serve you, and you are now aligning with the people that do, the person that does. For some of you that have like a person in mind that you already like, I feel like this person is aligning with you. You may be in separation with someone, or you aren't currently in alignment. Heavy on the Leo. Somebody has a Leo placement, you or somebody else. And I feel like there's some sort of shift that's going to take place around Earth Day, and possibly this full moon that's going to allow, it's getting cold, so hopefully I don't sound shivery. It's going to give you and whoever it is that you're supposed to be around the courage to keep going, to look past whatever type of disappointments you've experienced, whether they were together or outside of each other. All right. I feel like this is like the definition of emotional strength. Like this lion with the lamb. Like some of you guys, you have both parts in you. You can be both strong and soft, you know? You really are some sort of channel for the divine. So when it comes down to how you operate in the world, you aren't meant to allow your wounds and your experiences to control you. You know, you're meant to kind of adapt to what it is you've been through and integrate it, right? That's shadow work. Some of y'all been doing shadow work. That's really what I'm getting off of these cards. Like somebody in here has really been doing the shadow work. And now you're in a space of being receptive to whatever it is the universe is trying to give you. And it looks like the universe is giving you people to connect with, possibly love, possibly friends. But I'm also getting to like, it's giving you an opportunity to share yourself with the world in a way where it is appreciated by the people that are meant to appreciate it, right? You're authentic. Let me see. What other oracles do I want? Messages that's best for the collective in this reading. We have Aphrodite. Ooh. Eternal love. All right, let's get into it. This card always comes out. Shout out to Aphrodite. Shout out to Aphrodite. The timestamp says 3838. It says Aphrodite, eternal love. Romance is flowing. Celebrate your beauty. Aphrodite is the goddess of love, beauty, and sensuality. Classic Greek mythology says she was born from the sea foam around Paphos, Cyprus. Exuding feminine energy, Aphrodite evokes the creative and heart-renewing powers of the water. She was a divine queen in Lemuria and reigned over all matters of love, romance, and relationships. Her temple contained a huge rose quartz crystal. Aphrodite heals our defenses against accepting love. Her mirror reveals our true beauty. Her pomegranate invites us to revel in sensuality. Aphrodite asks us to treat romantic love with respect, for it's a sacred practice. Our partners are divine teachers. I guess it's our. I said our. Our, that's my accent. Our partners are divine teachers, bringing opportunities to learn everything about our own hearts. Aphrodite rises from the sea to bring pure feminine blessings and lessons. Her radiance showering upon you like a rose crystal waterfall. She takes you into her temple, attuning your energy to her rose quartz crystal. Some of y'all need to wear rose quartz. Laying pink roses at your feet, her priestesses anoint your body with rose oil. Some of y'all need to buy some roses, okay? It says, Beloved, see yourself as I see you, as an everlasting expression of the divine. Heal those old wounds of not beautiful or not lovable. Look into my mirror and see your true essence. Your relationships echo your relationship with yourself and the goddess. As you practice loving yourself, so you'll see the rebirth of self-love reflected back to you by your partner, friends, family, and the entire world. Renew your trust as love never truly leaves. Your heart has a different healing pattern from your mind. So if you're in the process of heartbreak, listen to what your heart is saying. Create a fresh template of love with a vibration that honors you. My spirit is breathing excitement and passion into your heart. A new cycle of love awaits. Lovely. My sister just came by me. It says the additional meanings. A new relationship is trustworthy, so open your heart. So some of y'all got new love. Please open up, all right? Please open up. You also have amplify the romance in your life with simple gestures like buying flowers for yourself or a surprise for your loved one. Book a pampering treatment to reflect your inner beauty and self-worth. And the invocation of this card says, I cherish myself and create beautiful relationships. All right, so how are you cherishing yourself today? Aphrodite is directly tied to Venus and Taurus energy, so this is exciting for Taurus season. Let's get a mantra, the reading. Okay. So we have, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. All right. So removing yourself from the fears of your past, the doubts of your past, the insecurities you probably harbor, and being able to see what is of the highest good for yourself and all people. Some of you guys know that your gifts are going to benefit other people, whatever your gift is. Maybe even just your personality, your presence. You already have seen how it affects people. Y'all, I can't make it up. It's a feather falling down from the sky. I just saw a feather. If I can pick it up, I'll take a picture of it. It's floating over here. Okay, let me stay focused though. But yes, some of you know that your gifts were sent here to help other people. Put them out there. You also have the presence of love will always cast out fear. Absolutely. Something about pink here. Somebody needs to wear pink, put on pink. Somebody likes the color pink. It's Venus. It's Venusian energy. But yeah, the presence of love will always cast out fear because the opposite of fear is love. And bottom of the deck, you have when I lean on certainty and faith. Do you hear the birds? I change my mind about the world I see. All right, so that is all that I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this message resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate you. I'm sending you lots of love. Talk to you guys later.